Hello, everybody. My name is Denise Smith. Welcome to All Things Small Business, the show that interviews small business owners here in Prince George's County. And we are big on small businesses. So we've got a great guest for you today, somebody who's really doing some really great work in the Prince George's County community. I'm going to bring him on in just a sec. But until then, go tell a friend, tune in, and join the conversation. Hey everybody, Denise Smith here again, All Things Small Business, and the person that I'm interviewing tonight is really doing some really great work here in Prince George's County. His name is Mr. Sky Leroy. He is the owner of Sky High Basketball. Met him out in the community, really excited to speak with him, and I'm going to bring him up now. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sky High. Hey. Oh man, are you on mute?
Hi, how are you? Sorry about that.
Doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. God is good. I'm blessed. So
Yeah. That's really good. I was really excited to meet you a few weeks back, and I know that you're doing really great things here in Prince George's County. I wanted to bring you on the show because this show is called All Things Small Business, and I'm a big.
I'm sorry. I guess it wasn't on television.
Cute. And then my watch is talking to me too. That is hilarious. I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of this right here. I'm just going to take this picture real quick because I cannot believe.
Yeah. So I
don't think I've ever had that happen.
Yeah, I guess she wants to be in the video. I don't know.
That's really cool. So look, before we get into Sky High Basketball, I just got one quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What'd you have for dinner tonight?
Well, I actually just made dinner. I made mixed vegetables and baked chicken and white rice.
Ah, good. Look, right, because I recently did a fast, a 3-day fast, and I have been obsessed with food since I completed the fast. So I'm asking everybody. What they eating for dinner? I'm always asking my sister, "What you cooking over there? What you cooking?" Because
nice.
I might need to come over and make my place at the dinner table.
So are you off? Can you start eating today or tomorrow?
Oh, I've been off, but
okay.
I completed it on Thursday. Tried to ease my way back in over the next couple of days. And then Easter came, and then I just totally overdid it yesterday.
Yes, I think everybody did.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, so good to know that you are eating well. Let's just start off with, why don't you tell me who you are and what your background is, and tell us a little bit about Sky High Basketball.
Okay, well, my name is Sky Leroy. I'm the founder and CEO of Sky High Youth Services. I started the business back in New York. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. So I started it in New York in 1994. And this is a story I just have to share quick fast.
Please.
It wasn't actually my idea to do it. God kind of put me in charge of it because in New Year's Eve of 1993, I was having a big party at my house. And it was like 10 seconds to the ball drop. And his voice told me to go in my bedroom. So I'm in my bedroom by myself. And when the clock struck 0, it was quiet where I was. And a voice came to my head and said, "You're going to work for kids for the rest of your life." And I've been doing this ever since.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. That's totally spiritual.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And you got to
And
do what God tells you to do, right?
yes. I've been a obedient servant for a long time. So,
Oh, that's awesome. So when did you come to Prince George's County?
well, I moved to Prince George County in 2009. Because he wanted me to actually expand it. I didn't know I was moving here. I was with my wife at the time. My wife had family here. I never wanted to come. So I told her, I'll go with you. So we came in March. And I still remember, like we came in March 2009. We moved here in August 2009. So that's how quickly we made the adjustments of me wanting to be down here.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, so Sky High Basketball. Okay, so you said that God told you that you were going to be working with kids for the rest of your life, which is
Yes.
awesome in and of itself.
Yes.
But how did you end up at basketball?
Well, I've played basketball
Okay.
in high school and college. So basketball is something I've always done. And I actually blew out my knee because I probably would have played professional or semi-pro, but I blew out my knee in college.
Oh,
So that kind of took me out of the basketball game. But
sure.
I went to a state of depression for a year, and then I just started doing stuff with kids. And then when he brought this to me that he wanted me to do it, I just started I got a couple of kids in the neighborhood, started a basketball thing, and then every year it just started growing and growing and growing. And then it got to a point where it was so big that the location I was at, I had to move to another location because that's how many kids we had. And this was like within the first 4 years of me doing it. So when I moved out here, how I got into it out here is a friend of mine's who lived out here through my wife's side. He told me, "Hey, man, I heard you moved out here. We need some basketball and stuff for these kids." And they weren't really doing anything outdoors for really the kids. So I started doing basketball for the kids out here. It slowly took off, but like after 3 or 4 years, my name started to get out there. People started to know who I was, and then it kind of blew up. And now I actually run it in New York City, Prince George County, Baltimore, Flint, Michigan, and in New Jersey. So I'm actually in 5 different areas now.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. So you're like a super entrepreneur champion for youth.
Yes.
Right?
Well, I'm doing God's work. So he gets
Yeah.
to go into praise. I'm just doing what he tells me to do.
So when I first met you, you made it distinctively clear that this is a for-profit business, right? Because
Yes.
I think when you first said Sky High Basketball, of course, when we think about basketball programs and sports programs for young people, we think nonprofit.
Yes.
So you are a bona fide business owner here in Prince George's County. Is this organization headquartered in Prince George's County?
Yes, it is. It's headquartered in Prince George County as well.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the business side of this, right?
Okay.
It's not easy to own your own business, no matter where you're located, no matter where you're headquartered. What are some of the challenges that you have had to face as a business owner? Because you've been doing this for quite some time. You obviously are growing your program by leaps and bounds. I mean, 5 different places. I'm pretty proud of you. That's pretty impressive. So, what are some of the challenges you've had to face as a business owner?
Well, my challenges are different because, like I said, God is leading it. So the challenge for me was being obedient. I didn't used to be obedient. Like I actually originally started off as a nonprofit. He told me don't do nonprofit. I didn't listen. So when I started as a nonprofit, I wasn't getting any funding or anything. So, and it was like for 2 years I was doing this. So I was basically paying my own money. Then I said, all right, I'm gonna scratch the nonprofit thing. I'm gonna listen to what you say. So when I started doing it as an LLC, then I started getting funding from people, or parents started paying for it. So I haven't had the unfortunate struggle like a lot of other people because since I've been following his guidance, he's been leading me into the direction I need to go with the funding. But I have to say that's been my biggest thing. Is being obedient is the biggest thing with me when it comes to doing this. There's times when I want to do my own thing, but then I realize, oh, if I go off course, it's not going to turn out the way it's going to be. So that's been the biggest thing for me, just being obedient.
Yes, that is a challenge for. I know it could be a challenge for a lot of us, right? I know it can definitely be challenging for me. But let's and we're when we're not listening, things don't necessarily go. But somebody told me, well, it's a. I'm sure it's a popular saying. We make plans. God makes decisions, right?
Yes,
Yeah. So
yes,
that's kind of
yes,
where you are with that, right?
yes, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Well, good. Um, with when you start a business, we got to start somewhere. So, what was the process for you getting your business up and running?
Well, the process was me for because I've played basketball before, so I've always knew people who had a link to basketball. So he would have me follow people who understood how to get in the business side of it, and I would just follow their guidance. They would show me how to do paperwork. They would show me how to get incorporated. They would tell me I need to do this and I need to do that. So when I actually expanded it out of New York, I already knew the basics of what I need to do, and I have to share this. So listen, let me say this first. I love Prince George County. Go PG. I love it here. But it was a struggle here because it was kind of like because it seemed like because I wasn't from here, I had to earn my brownie points today. But like, hey, listen, you're new here. We've been here. You have to show us what you can do, and then you'll be a part of the team. And yeah, so that's how I was for like the first 8 years. I was just
Wow.
basically on the grind doing it. I had a couple of people here and there, but once I finally made that connection, it like really exploded and exploded during the pandemic, surprisingly. Like 2019 is when everything kind of slowed down. But in 2020, that's when I started hearing from parents and everybody, hey, listen, are you doing basketball? We need this, we need that. And it really took off because last summer alone, I had 180 kids in my summer
Wow.
program.
That's
And I'm
amazing.
expecting more than that this summer.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So, I guess it's safe to say that the pandemic really didn't impact you on the negative. Huh.
No, no, it actually didn't.
Mm.
And one of the things when the pandemic happened, I was sitting in my living room and I had a conversation with God. I said, God, all right, listen, you know you're leading this. What do I do? He told me two things. He said, number one, you and your family are not going to get the virus. So don't worry about that. He said, number two, just continue your studies and I'm going to guide you through this.
Mm.
And me and my family, we never got sick. None of us ever became ill. And he's been providing financial stability for me and my family since this pandemic.
That's amazing. Amen. Oh,
Yes.
amen. Okay. So, okay, let's talk about when you start a business, you got to let people know about your business, right?
Yes.
How do you market your company, your program?
Well, one of the ways I market my company is through my website.
Mhm.
I'm learning to utilize Instagram, social media now, because I
Mhm.
really wasn't a social media guy. I kind of grew up that hey word of mouth thing, but everybody's like, hey, you got to utilize the social media. So I
Mhm.
actually started utilizing social media, what actually put me out there further, and that's how I wound up doing stuff in Flint, Michigan, and Baltimore,
Mhm.
because I didn't really understand the magnitude of social media. Like social media is like really huge. I'm still don't really understand how it works. But since I've expanded to the social media market, I've been making connections in other cities.
Yeah.
And when they go to my website and just hear about what I do, they automatically contact me like, hey, listen, we want you to come out here and do this and do that. So
Mhm.
social media has definitely been a great outlook for me, and also word of mouth too.
Mhm. Now, how long did it take you to realize that you needed social media on your side?
Whoo! Oh man, I I've been here since 2009. I actually just started using social media 4 years ago. So that's how long it took me to realize that I really need to take advantage of. So because a lot of parents kept telling me, "Hey, a lot of my friends don't know about you. A lot of people don't know about you. So you really need to put yourself out there." So I say about 4 years ago.
Okay, so sorry about that. So when it's a program dealing with youth, you have to do you need a lot of interaction with the parents. How important is parent involvement in your program?
Well, parent involvement is very important because if you can't build a relationship with the parents, it's not going to work with the kids because
Mhm.
kids imitate what they see from adults.
Mhm.
So if they see that the parent is active or involved, that they're really going to want to be involved too. Because in one of my mottos is every kid plays. So through my program, all the kids play, but I have to have a relationship with parents. If I don't have a relationship with the parent, I'd be like, maybe this program is not for you because I need to engage with the parents because we're more than just basketball. We're also mentoring young kids as well
Yeah.
because a lot of these kids need to be mentored. They don't have any male figures to speak to. So we try to be those eyes and ears that the kids need
Mhm.
outside of basketball.
And do you find that a lot of the young people that are that participate in your program are is would you say that what is the percentage or how much of them do you feel like have more parental involvement than others? If I
I
asked
would
the
say,
question right.
yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I would say it's the majority
Yeah.
because one of the things that I do with my programs is we start from 5 years old to 17.
Okay.
And after the kids kind of age out, we have them actually work for the organization. So I have four of
Wow.
them now that actually work for me that's been through the program. So we try to keep the kids active. We try to teach them responsibility. I also
Uh-huh.
try to employ them
Okay.
because the reality of it is,
I love it.
and I have to say this to parents who are listening, only 3% of our kids are going to play professional sports. 3%. It's a very low number. Only 20% are going to get scholarships. So
Mm-hmm.
these kids need a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
So programs like mine are offering these kids that, hey, listen, you don't have to worry about making your high school team, this and that. If you continue to stay with me, I'm going to employ you. And
Yeah.
then I'm next thing you know, you could be a coach, then you could be an athletic
Yeah.
director.
Oh,
So those are the stages that I try to do with my programs because I don't just want a kid to be an employee. I
mhm.
want you to play an important role with the organization.
That is so awesome. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know that part of this whole thing. I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw did now, I mean, were any of them there when I came to the tournament a few weeks back?
Yes, yes. When you came to the Baltimore versus Prince George County Championship,
Yes. Uh-huh.
yes, the Prince George County team was there.
Okay.
And I know I shared this with you before, but unfortunately you had to leave. But they wanted to take a picture with you. And
Oh.
yeah, they really wanted to take it because I said, hey, she's one of our council members. They said, oh, can we take a picture? I said,
No,
she
no, no,
has to
no,
leave.
I'm not a council member.
No, no, but I said you were running. Excuse me.
Yes.
You
Okay, good,
were running.
good, good.
Yeah, and they wanted to take a picture with you. So.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, that was so nice. That was so nice. I'm so sorry I couldn't stay. Had I known, I would have came back. So do you have or do any of the kids that participate in the program, are they able to apply for any type of grants? Does your organization apply for grants on behalf of any of the kids?
Oh, we haven't had any kids that asked us that yet, but
Mhm,
I definitely do a lot of referrals, and
mhm,
I've always write a lot of them need like referral letters and stuff like that. Like we had I think 3 or 4 of them just recently asked me for a reference
mhm,
because they're going to college. So I do a lot of reference letters. I speak to a lot of other coaches and
mhm.
colleges and stuff about the kids. So anything the parents need me to do, I'm there for them to do.
That's great. And how can the community help and or learn more about your program?
Well, the community help by spreading the word that there
Mhm,
is an organization out here like
mhm,
mine.
mhm,
And another way they can help is, if they know any like little local businesses that want to get involved
mm.
and things and stuff like that,
Yeah.
we're more than willing to accept charitable distributions for the kids, because
Mhm.
all the money goes into the programs. I don't spend it. It is money. Whatever money we bring in goes into the programs,
Mhm.
and then we pay staff as well.
Oh,
So that's one of the things that this program does, and that's one of the things we definitely love the assistance from the
oh.
community.
Now, and another quick question: how many employees do you actually have?
Well, I have 8 right now, and these are all students that came through the program. So
Okay.
these are all kids that were actually played with us,
Mhm.
and they're actually coaches now.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're really excited about that. They
And
love the
is
program.
and is that just here in the Prince George's County area?
Yeah, here in Prince George's County, yeah, it's 8. But in New York, where I'm originally from, like I don't even have to go back there now because I have staff and everything, so they cover all that stuff. I'm just in contact with them to
Yeah.
make sure everything's going well. But in Prince George, I'm still trying to grow it and expand it. So I
Mhm.
have 8 staff members right now who
Mhm.
actually came up through the organization.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. I mean, you're a real business owner, right? I mean, this is a real business.
Yeah, well, I had to realize it's a real business. Yeah, this is a real
Yeah.
business. Yes,
Yeah. And you got to be proud of that.
yes,
And
I
I know
am.
we were expecting your athletic director. I don't see him on. That's why I haven't brought him on.
Yeah, it's fine. Well,
Yeah.
he's a busy guy, so.
Yeah. Yeah. He's too busy for us. He got better things to do, right? No,
He
was he?
actually asked to be on, so he
Yeah.
asked me. He said, "Listen, I really want to be on." I
It
was
would
like,
have been
"Oh,
really cool to have him too.
yeah,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's another spiritual brother like myself. So
Oh,
I try
good.
to surround myself. See, that's another thing important. Try to surround myself with positive spiritual people.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and was he one of your students or?
No, he's actually the first person I met when I came out here, because when I
Mm.
first started the league, he had a team in,
Mhm.
and then God said that guy is going to work with you. And
Mm.
after the game, I just say, "Hey, man, listen, can we sit down and talk sometimes
Yeah.
and break bread?" And our breaking bread is at IHOP. This is something we do like every weekend
Oh,
at
I like
IHOP.
IHOP. You know, they
Oh,
have really good scrapple and really good bacon.
yes, yes. I know we talking about food again, right? But yeah, so we always break bread at IHOP, and that's how we met. And he's like the closest person to me. He's been with me since day one, since I started doing this in this county.
Really cool. Really cool. So, when is your next tournament?
Well, my next tournament starts on June 13th. That'll be my outdoor summer league,
Mhm.
and we do outdoors. And we actually start in May. We do skills and drills. And what skills and drills is, one of the things about my program is all my programs are development. So my programs for any and every kid that want to play. I don't care if it's a kid, because you have so many kids who just want to play
Mhm.
and don't want to really care about like being a star, just want to play. So we offer it for any and every kid. And our skills and drills is we teach dribbling, shooting, and passing. We have instructors come in and teach this. So we do that for the whole month of May. And during this time, the kids we split them up and put them on teams. And starting in June, the teams play against each other in the league. So this way, they don't really have to worry about competing against other better teams. They're competing against themselves, and they're learning why they do it.
And you said that for the next time, I know we talked about it, that there may be some assistance needed for the kids that are coming from another location, right?
Yes, we have kids from Baltimore. A couple of teams from Baltimore want to participate.
Mhm.
And I was just actually on the phone with them a little earlier, and one of their concerns is they have East Baltimore is how to get the kids here. So we
Mhm.
was trying to figure out a way of how we can get transportation for them to come here, because they
Mhm.
want to get the kids out of Baltimore, and I
Mhm.
understand that. And so we want them to come down, be able to come here, sightsee, let them enjoy this tournament opportunity, and just take them different places.
Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully we can try to see if you can get some assistance with that. But I want to thank you so much for coming on the show tonight to talk about Sky High basketball. One of the other things that I wanted to just bring up was, you have a very interesting name, Sky Leroy. So you've got like two first names. Is there
Yes.
anything behind it?
Sky came in where I actually changed my name to Sky. My original name was Cedric, but I changed it because when I played basketball,
Mhm.
I could jump really high. So this guy, it was on me and this guy, we were good friends. So he had a street name. For anybody who plays street ball, they understand what I mean. He had a street basketball name. His name was Kool-Aid. He was a very good dribbler. So I would jump high. So I said, listen, I'm not going to call you Kool-Aid. He said, well, listen, if I give you a nickname, you'll call me Kool-Aid. So he gave me the nickname Sky. And when he gave me the nickname, it clicked. And God said, that's it. And I changed my name, and that's been my name.
Man, God is just in all areas of your life, huh? He's
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes.
that
And
blessed.
I worship and praise him because I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him.
Well, listen, Sky, Leroy, Sky High, Leroy. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to coming out to your next tournament. Hopefully, you'll be able to, we'll be able to hear more about your program and get you hooked up and connected with some folks, okay?
Yes, thank you so much. And it was a pleasure being on your show. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And that's our show for tonight. We'll be back sorry about that. We'll be back next 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. I don't remember the date, but I will give you a heads up when we're coming back. Thanks so much for tuning in to All Things Small Business. Have a good night.